Everybody loves when they receive pictures in prison so they can stick it in their photo album. But what would you do if someone stole them?
Hold down, man. Suitcase this, my cell phone, and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
Welcome back, y'all. Y'all already know, man. KFROG TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see it first. If you want to see me on a day-to-day basis, check out my gaming channel, KFROG Gaming. All right, now, today for this episode here, I'm going to be speaking on, photos in prison. How people steal your photos so they could do certain things with those photos. Whether it's the photos that you get sent in from loved ones, so you could stick them in your photo album, or whether it's a chick flick book, all the above. Today, KFROG TV is going to break it down, all right? Now, while I was incarcerated doing 5 years down here in Florida Department of Corrections, I seen a lot of commotion and things go on due to photos. I've seen so many people get beat up, busted with locks, all the above, all right? This one situation in particular that I'm going to be speaking on today has to do when someone got bodied behind photos, okay? And then I'm going to even tell y'all a story from when I had a situation when it came to my photos, all right? So, of course, when you receive photos in the mail, they say you're only limited to 50. As you see here, this alone is way more than 50, all right? But they let you purchase photo albums for like $2 on the canteen. You can see the wear and tear after a while. They fall apart, all right? This is my actual prison photo album, one of them. I ran through like 8 of these because, like I said, they wear and tear, all right? Now, you have people in there that they can't stop touching themselves. The number one thing they like to do is take people's photos so that way they have something to look at when they're in their zone, okay? That's what we're going to call it. There's people that like to be in their zone 24/7 in there, all right? Now, one day I remember this old school dude, he came back to the dorm. When he came back in the dorm, he realized, man, my photo album's missing. So he go to looking around all crazy. And I know this because I was one of the people he came up and asked if I seen anybody by his bunk, anybody in his area. People like to have things to look at when loved ones send them stuff. So I said, nah, old school, I ain't see nobody over there in your area, bro. I wasn't really paying attention. You feel me? I got my own cut to worry about. He was like, all right. So he went around asking a couple more people. Long story short, there's a dude in the bathroom right now in the zone, right? With his photo album, So everybody's like, damn, boy, he tried old school. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, bro. We don't like people like that in the dorm. We'll come together as a whole and actually all turn on that one single individual because things like that is pedophile material. You feel me? So old school's like, man, I got something for him. Don't worry, I got something for him. We all thought old school was joking. We're like, man, come on, man. We finna see these old school fight. You feel me? We didn't know old school was like dead ass for real. So, next thing you know, dude come out of the bathroom. When he come out of the bathroom, he walks down to turn around the bunks to walk into the open bay area. Old school walks right by, sliced him, hit him right here, his whole jugular. Dropped him on the ground. We're like, oh shit, like we all see it. Officers running there 10, 20 deep. Old school walked right by after he cut him. Kept it moving, went there in the bathroom and flushed the razor blade. Went, washed his hands, sat on his bunk. Dude sat there gushing, went to banging on the bubble to get the police's attention and everything. Next thing you know, the police are sitting there. They come out there. Old school goes to packing his shit. They ain't even got to rewind the camera because they had cameras now around this time. When I first got to prison, they didn't. Old school went to packing his shit so that way when they came in, they would just straight up take him. He already knew he was going. But what they didn't know is old school had been to prison like 3-4 times. And he had him a 25-year sentence this time. You know, but it was all a respect thing. Okay? We found out that dude that got his, his throat sliced ended up being bodied. He didn't make it. Old school took that man's life over them pictures. You see what I'm saying? Because you have people in prison that all they have to keep them focused, and all they have to where they feel like that they still need to keep pushing in life, is the people on the outside who can't be there with them every single day. So what do they turn to? Their photos, them pictures. That's their drive to keep going, all right? I've seen incidents at reception centers and even at Washington Annex in particular, which was a reception center at the time when I was in prison, that people's bunkies will tell their roommates, hey, bro, I got to take a shit, bro. You feel me? Like, they'll have the roll of toilet paper in their hand, so their bunkie will respect it and get out of the room. They'll hang a sheet up, over the door, or they'll put a thing of toilet paper up, so that way you see the piece of wet toilet paper. You just pull about 5 sheets of toilet paper, you wet it, and you stick it to the little window. So if anyone walks by, they know not to even look in the cell because they see the toilet paper hanging on the little window you got. Now, what a lot of people were actually doing is going in their bunkies locker and taking out their photos and gunning. That's what they call it down here in Florida. In the zone is what we're saying. Their bunkies, family members. I seen one time when a Chico came in the dorm when I was at Calhoun, he had a $150. When he had a $150, all the other Chicos started getting real cool with him and buddying him up and being all friendly with him. Next thing you know, that all the Chicos told the Zos, y'all eat him. He's a snitch. So, while he thinks that the Chicos are going to protect him, they're all being friendly because they're speaking in Spanish and stuff to each other. The Zos wet him up, hit him up, get him out of there. Them Chicos all ransacked his shit that was on top of his bunk. He didn't even get to unpack it and get comfortable yet. And they took his photo album. I seen it within arm reach. It was the bunk right next to me. They took his photo album, opened it, and started taking his pictures and handing them out amongst everybody. So that way they have something to use when they're in the zone. Okay? Another thing. Chick flicks. Okay? This is one that I had that I actually brought home as a souvenir. If you look, it's got my name and DC number and every single thing on there. Now you're probably wondering, how do you get stuff like this in prison? How do they allow things like this? Well, here, this looks like it's laminated, but really that's tape. And all this is this is a cutout that I did with a razor blade of my perfect trimming of like a US Weekly or OK magazine subscription. And I just put it over this thing and taped it. You see? From the wear and tear. So that way when they come to do shakedown or anything like that, and they go through all my stuff, the first thing that they're going to do is grab this. Because, they're going to want to take it because of what it is. And then they're going to see, oh, okay, it's got his address and everything. It's a subscription, like he's allowed to have it. And they might leave it alone. But I've actually had that taken during a shakedown. I had 5 magazines, whether it's Smooth magazines, this is Vida Guerrera, no matter what it is, there's different ones. And they'll straight stunting, they'll tend to knock them off, People try to steal pages out of them. You can let someone borrow your chick flick, and next thing you know, when you get it back, some pages are missing. There's people in there that are actually running up and busting people in the head with locks about taking a picture out of magazines, and it's real, and that's what it is. This magazine right here can go from anywhere from $18 to $25. Feel me? That's how serious it is when it comes to, female photos in prison. All right. Now, for me, one time we had a shakedown. After we had a shakedown, when you come back to the dorm, the whole dorm's flipped, messed up. Everybody's shit's thrown everywhere. So, at the time, I didn't notice a couple of my photos were missing. I didn't notice it, though, because I got so much other shit, and that's not what's on your mind. Okay? Till the very next day, my homeboy, Tank, came up to me and was like, boy, Frog, check this out, bro. Come here. And then he brings me over into the corner of the dorm, and there was this old school dude, this older black dude in there. And he like, hey, old school, man, show him the locker, show him the new gallery. So old school flips up his lid of his locker. When he flips open the lid of his locker, you see the pictures. There was 2 pictures on there with like 5 other pictures. 2 out of 7 of those pictures were my photos. I said, man, hey, old school, man, what you got going on? And I was like dead ass serious. Like I felt like, should I smack him? Should I rough him up or something? You know, I took that shit serious. But at the same time, old school was like, oh, I don't know. They was over here by my bed when they were by my bed yesterday after, you feel me? So I spared him just out of the kindness in my heart. Because if you seen him, you would tell he's an old man. He didn't mean no harm by it. You get what I'm saying? So it would have been different if he was like, yeah, bro, you feel me? I hit that or you know, something like that. And then at the same time, it was one photo of like my first baby mama, and then like a photo of some little female that I had write me while I was in prison. You know, so I felt some type of way, you know. So, but I took them shits right off. Like, man, give me, like, he had them with toothpaste on the back, sticking up on the lid. So when he opens his locker to go in it, he sees the females. You get what I'm saying? Luckily, I found him the day after. If it was like a month later or something, and I would have walked by and seen it and his locker was open like that or something, then I would have snapped. And ain't no telling what it is I would have did to the old man. You feel me? But since the fact that it was the day after, and he was like, man, they was over here. And I asked, is anybody missing any photos? I base checked the dorm, asked if anyone's missing any photos, and no one said nothing. Knowing me, probably he did say the shit, and I ain't listening. I'm not worried about it, because in my mind, I'm not thinking I'm missing any photos. You see? Because that's what the officers will do. They'll go through your shit, they'll take it, and they'll scatter it around. They'll literally take 5, 6 things from your locker and walk and be shaken down. They'll throw 2 in that locker, 3 bunks down, walk over here upstairs and a whole corner room, throw 3 things of yours in that room. They do things like that. That's why 9 times out of 10, after every shakedown, there ends up being a fight. There's always a fight over something. Someone's missing something. You know, some people try to use that as their way to steal shit. They'll steal stuff also, and then they'll, you know, play dumb to make that person think, oh, maybe the officers took it. You get what I'm saying? Maybe they took it as contraband. You know? So when that shit happened, my homeboy was making a joke of it. I was like, man, what's going on? What you like? I kind of like snapped. Like you could see it in the way that I was talking to him. Like I got for real. But I spared him. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew he didn't mean no harm. But you do get in camps where people were literally predator-wise. Zone is all they think about. So they'll do anything they can. You know, you have people that go to confinement left and right all day for trying to get in the zone while sitting in medical waiting to get called to go see the nurse. You know, that or anything. It could be anything. In confinement, they have these magnets that are shaped like a rectangle just to go over the window. It's a magnet that goes over the rectangle window. So anytime the nurse comes around, there's people that are in confinement for getting caught going in the zone. They whip out on the female officers, gunning, stuff like that. They go to confinement left and right. You know, it's something that you're going to see. It's going to be something that you're not supposed to see every single day, but it is there, and that is the type of things you see. You know, it goes on left and right. See people go to confinement, getting caught, gun in DR, you know? And then those magnets go over the window for people who are heavy gunners. You know, you got gang members that are back there, came to confinement for gunning, that they're arguing with their brothers on the pound because their brothers don't want to send them no food, no tobacco, no tunchi, no molly, no nothing. They want to leave them back there with nothing. They'll send them a dial bar of soap. There you go. Wash your ass while you back there. They like wash their hands with them because you just got sent back there for gunning. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to take care of you every time you're back there when you keep getting out and you're going back for that. That's 60 days in the box. You feel me? So, you have people that literally go from camp to camp and will steal people's photos and then make a damn collage of it in a photo album. Because like I said, these photo albums are only $2. You know? They'll make a collage with these shits. And then they'll end up walking to the other side of the compound They'll have a jacket on for like, cause they hand out jackets when it's like winter time and shit, when it's cold out. They hand out these jackets and they'll walk with the photo album inside their jacket. Go down there to other dorms and they open up their jacket like this, like it's a shop. Like you want to buy these flip books right here, or you want to buy this real deal photos. And then it could be just a picture of your old lady smiling, her face, just a face shot. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some people that request no face shots, which means they don't want to see your face. They want something else. You see? But it's that serious that that man got his jugular hit. Okay? He got what he deserved, though, to be honest with you. Because ain't no telling what I would have did. You know, I don't think I would have hit his jugular, but I bet you I would have popped that balloon a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I would have aired him out. You feel me? I would have had to. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, not only is he disrespecting you, he's disrespecting your family. Heavy. You know, and some people's photos got their kids in it. You know, they'll take the picture that'll have your kids with the girl and they'll put their damn thumb over the kid and then use the rest of the photo and be in the zone. You know, this is the type of thing that you see while in Florida prison. Mad gunners. Even down here in Broward County's jail, you see it. People be looking at the floor in their cell and they can see the shadow outside the cell of whoever's walking around and doing count. It could be a male officer. They're looking down at the ground, gun in the shadow, thinking they're looking at the shadow like it's sickening. It's like a disease. You know what I'm saying? The shit that they do. You understand? There's a big difference from, you know, alone time when you know you wanna do your thing or whatever yourself, or if you have a cell phone and you're going on, you know, Pornhub or whatever it is, that's you. That's different. You know, you wanna get off, release some stress, that's one thing. But then you got the ones that overpower it, and it's like a sickening in their head. That literally heavy gunners, they'll work together as teams, okay? They'll have someone get the officer's attention. It could be a female officer. They'll make someone talk to her and get her attention. So you'll see an inmate standing there talking to her like this, and then over there in that cell, or behind her, or under the stairs, right in the damn day room, will be looking up and just be in the zone. Like, just be, you know what I'm saying? And then another officer will see it, and then that person will go to confinement for it. And they be laughing the whole way back there. Me personally, I would never want any female family member of mine to work in a prison. At all. I would never recommend it. Because they're going to get so much meat pulled out on them that it's going to blow their mind. You know? And if you've seen it, and if you've been to prison, especially here in Florida, then you know what it is I'm talking about. You know how it goes down like that. You know that is literally what it is. No matter what camp you go to, there's people that do that. You know? You get to some camps where them officers about put you in a damn, beat you to a pulp because you pull out on one of their female officers. You know, when I went through Lake Butler, them officers were so strict when I got off the bus, they said, if I catch any of y'all even looking at my female officers, you ain't going to have no teeth when you leave. That's what it is. Because people are so damn, like, sketchy and so damn to where they think they're slick. You know what I'm saying? And they're not. They literally will do shit in front of people and don't even know people are watching. They think no one's watching. But just as much as they think they're getting away with it, the person watching them is getting away with watching. You see what I'm saying? And I've told this before in stories that I literally seen someone in the courthouse when I went to court that had a damn string tied to their foot. There was a string tied to their foot that went up their damn side of their pants to their shit. And when they would move their foot like this, it was stroking their thing. And they're just sitting there like this, moving their foot like this, looking at the damn state attorney who's about to give them 15 years, looking at the public defender, anyone's family members who's out there that came to court for anyone else that's sitting in the box. They're just sitting like this with their handcuff on. And they're just like that. Sitting there trying to kill time to stay in there to do what they got to do. Straight weird shit. That's the type of thing you see when they're incarcerated. That's why I figured I'd come on here and share this story to let y'all know that this dude literally got his jugular hit behind photos, okay? Anything is worth money in prison, okay? I have a mean video coming out pretty soon, and I'm going to break it down for y'all about these hustles, okay, and shit like that. But not just the money when it comes to photos. People are sickening, you know, and it can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter how big and badass someone is. There's some people in there that can't help themselves. You know, like when you bring a kid into a candy store, they want to touch everything. You know, when kids want to touch everything, that's how every store they go and they want to touch stuff, pick stuff. That's how these dudes are in prison. They know their life's on the line. They know they're going to get their ass whooped. They know they can't whoop the person they're doing it to. They know the dude they're doing it to has a knife. All that. And they can't help it, but they will still try to get it. They will still try to take it. You know, whether it's they're chasing a habit in prison and they're trying to get the photos to make money so they can go chase their habit, so it overcomes the whatever they know that they're going to have to go through in order to get high. Or if it's just they can't stop getting in the zone. They can't stop on their self. You get what I'm saying? So if you have a loved one in prison, okay, just make sure you mention it to them or ask them. Ask them if they ever even heard of it. Ask them if they know anything that's ever went down like that. Or just throw it out there like, do you trust leaving your photo album like that? That's why a lot of people don't leave your locker unlocked in the dorm and you leave and you walk around, you feel comfortable. That doesn't mean someone's got to steal your shit. That doesn't mean like, or if you lock your locker, it doesn't mean, oh, you scared because someone's going to steal your shit. You know, you're being smart because it can happen to anybody. Someone can borrow your shit and put it back, like I said. They don't have to steal nothing from you. You could come back and your locker look the same exact way as it was when you left it wide the hell open when you went to rec. But then when the whole dorm went to rec, 4 or 5 people stayed back. Out of them 4 or 5 people, 3 or 4 of them are playing cards. The other one's by himself. He sees nobody's looking, walks right by, scooches your damn photo album, walks to the bathroom with a roll of toilet paper, does what he's got to do. Next thing you know, goes back, puts the photo album right where it was at, goes boom, lays on his bunk, acts like he's asleep or even goes to sleep because now he's relaxed, and then that's it. You wouldn't even know the difference. You wouldn't even know someone used your photo album. No one had to take nothing from you. You feel me? But I'm breaking it down that people do take your shit. People do take photos. They do steal photos, but they also try to do it sneaky and use your shit and put it back. You feel me? So like, I want y'all to drop in the comment section on this video right here. I want y'all to let me know, what would you do? I know everyone's going to talk He-Man. Everybody's going to put the biggest and baddest comments. You know what I'm saying? Which, I know that. But I want y'all's honest opinion of what you would do if someone stole your photos and you knew who it was. Or if you found out that your bunkie was using your photo album when you came back and, you know, maybe he left a stain or something like that. Or he left some jizz or something on the fucking photo album. You know, like, what would you do? You feel me? How far would you take it? Would you do like old school did and hit that jugular? Would you do like I would do? Air them out? Just teach them a lesson? Hit them in the mouth one time? What is it? I want y'all to put it in the comment section. This video is for me to hear y'all's opinion. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. It isn't as long as some videos I do, but I just wanted to let y'all know that shit goes down in the state of Florida. You got some people who ain't all the way there that like to be in the zone 24/7. Shit ain't cool. It's a sickening. It means you're sick. You got to get over that, okay? And people can't help it. You know, I've seen people in the county jail get caught 3-4 times back to back doing this shit. And the next thing you know, they come there 10, 12 deep, the officers, and they tell them, boy, you got an ad charge. You got an ad charge. The 6th and 7th floor in the Broward County Jail is full with gunners. Okay? Max custody. I've been there. Every time I go to jail, I land in max custody from getting in a fight or whatever it may be. So I know what it is I'm speaking on. I even been put in a quad in the box to where the first cell in the corner, the whole window was covered up with a metal plate and there was just like 3 little metal circles like this. Them dudes be in there looking out that little hole like this. They call that the dungeon. Okay? On the 7th floor, it's called the dungeon. Straight up. And the officer walked around one night. I was in cell 3. The officer walked around one night and she said, what the hell you doing? this and that, this, and went to yelling at the damn inmate. She said when she looked in the peephole like that to see what he was doing, he was standing 1 foot on the toilet, 1 foot on the sink, butt naked. This is the type of shit that you see. They'll be on the 6th, 7th floor and they'll be looking out their damn window, looking at people down there going to the parking garage, the lawyers, attorneys, and stuff like that, the state prosecutors leaving the courthouse from a day of work. And they don't even know they got them people peeping Toms up there. You know what I'm saying? Looking down there. Can't even see them. They look like a damn ant. That's how small they are. That's how sickening it is. You feel me? So if you ever find yourself in prison or you ever find yourself incarcerated anywhere, just remember, protect your photos. You better count them shits because you never know when one might slip. But anyways, man, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Till next time, this Frog.